going to be roll call in the mayor's absence. Janine Bell Smith.
Present.
Bob Mueller.
Here.
Mark Wurtenberger.
Here.
Don Kiley.
Here.
Jeff Smith.
Here.
Carol McGowan. Here. Were you ready? Okay. We good now? Now we need a motion for someone to run the meeting.
Make a motion for Bob to run the meeting. Oh, I better move away.
I'll second it.
It's just me.
Janine Bell Smith.
Yes.
Bob Mueller.
Abstain. I don't know everything.
Mark Wurtenberger.
Yes.
Don Kiley.
Yes.
Jeff Smith.
Yes.
Carol McGowan.
Yes.
So just so Bob is clear, I mean, there are a couple matters that are going to be voted on tonight. Even though you're presiding over the meeting, you still have the right to vote.
So I need then to call the special meeting.
Yeah.
Take your name tag with you. I'm sorry.
So in terms of the special meeting,
There you am.
it's just a matter of, you get to follow the agenda because it's a special meeting.
Yes, sir.
So we're up to number 3, regular next meeting.
So I need to call me in order, then we need to take a roll call.
No,
Okay,
it's,
This will be the special council meeting of the city of Crescent Springs for September 8th, 2025. Two items on the agenda tonight, both second readings of ordinances. Pass it off to Mike.
Thank you, sir. Ordinance 2025-9, an ordinance of the city of Crescent Springs, Kentucky, adopting the 2025 S34 supplement from American Legal Publishing Corporation of Cincinnati, Ohio, of the Code of Ordinances to the city of Crescent Springs, Kentucky. Whereas the city of Crescent Springs, Kentucky has contracted to have its Code of Ordinances supplemented by all ordinances of a general nature enacted since the last prior supplement to the Code of Ordinances, up through Ordinance 2024-5, which was enacted on September 10th, 2024. And whereas American Legal Publishing Corporation has completed the revision of the ordinances known as 2025 S34 supplement. Now therefore be it ordained by the city of Crescent Springs, Kentucky, Section 1, that the 2025 S34 supplement to the Code of Ordinances of the city of Crescent Springs, Kentucky be and the same is hereby adopted by reference as if set forth in its entirety. Section 2, that this ordinance shall take effect and be in full force from and after its date of passage, approval, and publication according to law. Section 3, all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, to the extent of such conflict, are hereby repealed.
I motion that we accept. I'll second it. Ordinance 2025-9.
Janine Bell Smith.
Yes.
Bob Mueller.
Yes.
Mark Wurtenberger.
Yes.
Don Kiley.
Yes.
Jeff Smith.
Yes.
Carol McGowan.
Yes.
You were
April, just a note on the second page, date of second reading and enactment, September 22nd, 2025.
I'll make that correction. Thank you for pointing that out. And then it'll also apply on the next ordinance. Ordinance 2025-10, an ordinance of the city of Crescent Springs, Kentucky, providing for the assessment of real estate and personal tangible property within the corporate limits of the city of Crescent Springs, Kentucky, and levying an ad valorem tax on each $100 of assessed valuation of said property in the city for the fiscal year 2025-2026, and specifying the purpose for which the tax is levied. Be it ordained by the city of Crescent Springs, Kentucky, Section 1, an ad valorem tax is hereby assessed and levied for the fiscal year 2025-2026 against all real estate within the corporate limits of the city of Crescent Springs, Kentucky at the rate of $0.186 on each $100 of valuation as assessed January 1, 2025, and against all tangible personal property at the rate of $0.197 on each $100 of valuation as assessed January 1, 2025, to be collected as provided by law in the existing ordinances of the City of Crescent Springs, Kentucky. City tax bills are due October 31st, 2025. Any bill in an amount of less than $1 will be waived by the city, and no such bill need be sent to any taxpayer. Section 2, the ad valorem tax is levied to pay the general cost of carrying on the business of the government of the city is provided in the adopted budget. Section 3, all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith are to the extent of such conflict, if any, hereby repealed.
Make a motion to approve. Second.
Can I ask a question before we accept? As far as last year, this is the city budget more or less as last year. Was there any additions or increase?
Budget or rates?
Rates, I'm sorry, yes.
It, coincidentally, it happens to be the same exact rate as last year.
Okay.
And that is the result of the calculations that were performed by the ed district.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect, thank you.
Janine Dell Smith,
Yes.
Bob Mueller,
Yes.
Mark Wurtenberger,
Yes.
Don Kylie,
Yes.
Jeff Smith,
Yes.
Carol McGowan.
Yes.
Is there a motion to adjourn the special meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Wait, no, opposition, right? No. All right. This will be the caucus meeting for the City of Crescent Springs for September 8th, 2025. Can you take roll call for that?
Yep.
Roll call, please.
Janine Dell Smith,
Yes.
Bob Mueller,
Here.
Mark Wurtenberger,
Here.
Don Kylie,
Here.
Jeff Smith,
Here.
Carol McGowan.
Here.
First item on the agenda is City Administrator report. We received some handouts from there.
Thank you, Councilman Mueller. I have a few items to cover. The first one is an update on the playground, kind of a timeline or an update. The curb installation began today. The shade structures, they will be installed once the curb installation has been completed. The playground rubber flooring installation is a process, has different stages to it. The first one is the site preparation. The second thing is the base layer application. And finally, the last is the top layer application, which has to do with the colored surface. And once that is completed, the fence installation will take place. That's about 8 to 12 weeks from now. As far as the timeline on number 2 and 3, I cannot specifically give that to this group tonight.
Can you wait till the fence is done to use it?
No. I know the mayor is wanting to do eventually a ribbon cutting of some sort, right, April? So stay tuned for that when the time comes. Second thing in your packet for tonight's report is,
Question.
Has a date been set for the rubber cutting? I didn't hear.
it has not, no.
Can you give any idea when it will?
It all kind of, will kind of go with number 2 and 3 when they're completed on this list. And then the mayor will get with April and we will formulate a day, a time for all of us.
That'd be great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. I also put my report, since I wasn't here on August 25th, in here. I did email it out to this group. However, just in case you did not get it, I printed it out for you. Just wanted to make sure if there were any questions from it. Tonight's report, First thing on my agenda is the city audit. The audit has been completed by the Chamberlain Group. The next step is for April to schedule a presentation by the auditor at a future council meeting, hopefully sometime in October or sometime in November. Second item, the Kentucky's Local Assistance Road Program, LARP, formerly called the CPP grant. April just received an email regarding this. This is something we put in for last year under the CPP grant name. We did not receive it. They asked for cities to put their application in, because apparently they are lacking applicants at this time. But once you send an email out like that, I'm sure a lot of cities will put in as well. We looked over and surveyed the city. And we are going to try to look at grant funding for resurfacing of Western Reserve Road, Woodhill Drive, Meadowwood Drive, and Crossings Drive. Like I said in this bullet point, we submitted the same grant last year and were not awarded. We look at these roads specifically because this is a corridor that has taken a lot of construction traffic over the last 5 years. And it definitely shows on all of them. Greg Sketch is putting together a preliminary estimate for each road because that's part of the grant application, along with staff taking current pictures of these roadways to submit when April does submit the application itself. The third bullet point there is just kind of a description of the program, what it is, and how it started.
Could I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
I'm hearing that the last phase of the reserve, where the farm
Yes.
is a year-ish out?
That's an
I'm
estimate.
guessing.
Yeah. No, it's a good estimate.
So is that something we'd like to see done before the road gets refinished, or how will the timing of that attempt to be worked?
We talked about this last year,
Okay.
and how does that work?
Last
far
year,
as
last
time.
year the grant paid for the whole thing. Time-wise, we're not gonna know until, I think, April or May of next year. The legislative body for the
Right.
state has to decide who's being awarded the grants. So it won't be until then that we even know.
I'm just thinking of, we're putting money into the road, and we've got another phase coming in without another access point.
I think is it 5% we have to pay for or 20?
I'm not
They
sure.
changed it on us. It was completely paid, where we wouldn't have to pay a dime.
Right.
But they changed it. We have to pay a little bit, but I'm not sure how much.
Just food for thought.
No, and it's a very good point, because if you jump to number 4 in my report, I just wanted to update everybody in case you haven't been back there in a while. The Hills Townhomes Project, which is off of Woodhill Court, you know, I submitted 2 little pictures there, but that second pic shows the final street that has gone in on the back side of that project. So this project is about ready to be completed. If you go by the project along Western Reserve Road, that's on Woodhill Court, that project as well is coming along fairly quickly.
I have a question.
Yes.
I know that Short Amsterdam has been omitted. Where are we on getting Short Amsterdam repaved? And also marked with the yellow and the white lines. It's not been done this year, and it's basically falling. It's going to be almost to the point where it's going to be undrivable. We got to go through another winter. And I want this for the record to make sure that our residents in that location are aware that, yes, we do need to do something with Short Amsterdam.
So Councilwoman Smith, where we're at that, I kind of commented on that in my August 25th report, that Greg Sketch drafted an RFP on the roads to be completed. That RFP draft has gone to April to be reviewed and eventually to be advertised. And the 3 areas for now under that RFP will be Crescent, the top portion where the railroad parking lot is. Now that storm sewer system has been put in place and completed, and then Amsterdam Road from Forest Hill to Romney Crescent Springs Road. So the area that you've been talking about and wanting to get looked at and potentially resurface is gonna happen, cross our fingers.
What's the timeline on that?
This fall, October.
That's wonderful. So just for clarification points, that's to be from the intersection of Romney Crescent Springs up to our
Forest
line,
Hill, yes, ma'am.
which would pick up
Yes.
Short Amsterdam, Lakeland, Crescent Terrace, Ashley. So
Yeah.
that's going to be basically done
Will be resurfaced and they will stripe it when that time comes.
this autumn then.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank you so much. That's great news. And I'm sure our residents will be happy with that too.
Just let them know.
Thank you. I will.
Hopefully it
They ask
makes,
me all the time.
hopefully it makes for a smoother route. The top portion of Villa Hills, that's, you know, that's something they did 10 years ago. So if you traveled at Short Amsterdam, when you travel that portion, it's in a little bit better condition than what our current status is with our road. So, and one of the last things we want to do under this RFP is Norman Drive up here above us. We're initially going to do an engineering study. Because we need to look at the curb, gutter, street surface for this roadway, because we have a lot of complaints over the years from our residents in this area because of the flooding that goes down into their basements through their driveway. We're trying to gauge what the price will be. Obviously, if we don't have the proper funding for this current budget cycle, then we will try to put that in the 26, 27 budget cycle. The Board of Justice meeting is tomorrow night. It's regarding 777 Glendale Court. It will be here in these chambers at 6 p.m. And it's regarding a variance request to reduce the rear yard setback of an accessory structure. It's regarding a deck to reconstruct it. But that is 6 p.m. You guys don't need to be here, but if you want to be here, you're more than welcome. And if our residents want to be here, they are more than welcome as well.
That's Tuesday then?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Correct. 6:15 or 6, yeah.
I've already covered number 4. I didn't put a number next to the next one, which I meant to. It should be number 5. Greg Sketch has submitted the SD1 cost share program application for the following 2 projects. Ritchie Avenue Storm Sewer Project, we're requesting $16,000, and the Crescent Avenue Storm Sewer Project, we're requesting $16,000 as well on both those projects. Number 5, actually number 6, Veterans Day Memorial Service in the park is set for November 9th of this year. Obviously, it's always the Sunday prior to Veterans Day at 2 p.m. And it will be at the Kenton County Veterans Memorial. Everyone's welcome. And lastly, I will be out of the town starting on Thursday, September 25th through Sunday, September 28th. And I will be back in the office on Monday, September 29th. And I would like to say thank you to April Robinson for the job she did in preparing, as she always does since I've been here, preparing everything for our auditors to come in and get in here and do their job. She's always very organized, very efficient, and she does a great job with that, so thank you.
Thanks.
That is all I have. However, if there are any questions, try to answer them for you. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, on the one about the public hearing that was last night, I know it's, Thursday,
Yes, ma'am?
are we going to address any of those issues tonight?
No, ma'am.
And I know you've got quite a bit in here. I know I was basically interested in knowing what the process and procedures would be. I did file an appeal as a resident of Crescent Springs, and also I'm on council, but I don't have the power to do that. But I actually talked with some people down at KC, at Kent County Planning Development Services, and it looks like it's now because of what I have signed and asked for an appeal as a resident, that it will take, say, 90 days. Can you explain some of that to us, please?
That's the format that is in place now because of Z21. However, we are going to get that on the agenda for the next council meeting so that you guys, obviously, if PDS okays that, it will be on the next agenda for council on the 22nd. Is that right, April?
I believe so.
September 22nd. And if I am correct, PDS will be here to present, and the developer will be here to present as well.
I didn't get
So
to
it
read
will fall well within the 90 days.
Yes, it's a 90 days. At first, I thought it was maybe 21 as I was reading the information here. And I did call it and spoke with somebody from PDS on this earlier this morning. And I'm sure you got the information.
I did.
And then that was sent to me, and I really appreciate that because I wanted to know what the process and procedures would be.
That's it.
So we got 90 days. We got till like December 3rd. Is that not correct?
It is, but like I said, it will come to you at the next council meeting. So you are going to hear, both sides of what took place in front of the planning commission. Obviously, they voted unanimously on both counts of what was in front of them.
It was difficult to hear. Don't they use their microphones? Because was that a unanimous vote? Everyone that was there approved it?
They voted on two things, and then everyone that was there, obviously, there was
Some absence.
some absences, but yes, it was a unanimous vote on both things.
So does it come to council for approval because the planning commission approved it? Is that what this-
It comes to council now because Councilwoman Smith signed the application document for it to come to council to make the final decision, if that makes sense.
Is it possible for you, or maybe you haven't read it yet, for you to write down the process, or send us a copy of the process and procedures that they basically said, that's what we have to follow, or is it already in here?
Follow for
Well, for-
our council meeting?
Well, no, I'm talking about for the public hearing and with the appeal. And I know there was a bit of information in there. I have it at home, but wasn't gonna have time to print it out. But can you send the council all the information that was sent to you?
I can.
By Andy, Andy
Mr.
Bekovich.
Baker, do you have anything to pass on that's above me regarding, from a city attorney standpoint? Since
Well-
you were present also.
The report made by PDS, right now the process is that PDS is compiling the record from that hearing, and they have to submit that to the city. It was indicated in an email earlier today that would take, they think, approximately a week. But the record has to be here before council can consider it. Should be within, because the council's in 2 weeks. But that should include the report that PDS made to the Planning Commission. I think in terms of, I don't think there are any additional drawings by the developer. I think they used exclusively the stuff that had been previously submitted to the Planning Commission. Jeff Smith submitted some exhibits. I assume that'll be part of the record. We will when we get it, we'll review it and see if we have any missing links, and if so, we can request them. And so at the council meeting, when we consider this, it would be my expectation that you would all have the commission report and the PDS's report prior to the meeting, and then we'll let the representative, which I assume would be Patrick Dembo, of PDS, speak, and then the developer, and we'll see who else wants to speak after that.
So could you then pass on the initial information that we received today from KCPC and PDS? That's what I was
Why don't
making
I
sure.
wait for the official report to come in?
But it just tells you the process and procedure. It's,
Oh, you mean from Andy?
Yeah, from what Andy
Yes, I'll
said to
send
you.
it to you guys.
because I
I'll
thought
send
it was very
tomorrow.
helpful.
Yep.
And it gave me a comprehensive understanding of where we're going to go with this and how it's going to follow along.
Sure, I can send it.
To all the council.
Yep,
Thank you.
not a problem.
And the procedurally at the council meeting, must we decide in that meeting? Can we table? I mean, what are the options for the city?
Well, the city council has 90 days from the date of the approval by the planning commission to vote on it. So if we have a council meeting on the 22nd and council needs more information, yes, we're within a 90-day window, we can push that back.
Okay.
But if the council takes no action, after that 90-day period runs, it becomes a final decision. It's as approved
As
by the
approved.
planning.
And Bob, that was the information that I was asking to be sent to all of the council people. Very understandable.
I just wanted to be sure, I didn't know if everybody knew, I couldn't remember, refresh my memory of the procedure.
It
Yes,
was a long night.
yes.
Independence.
Long night.
Thanks, Mike, appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Quick question.
No, no.
April, maybe Mike, when we submit grant, when you all submit grant requests, do you have a number attached to that, or is it just an open request for monies?
What do you mean by number?
Every application is different. But yeah, usually they're gonna make you say how much money the project is gonna be.
Yeah, so if it's a $80,000 project, you want $80,000 or whatever.
Well, or they could be, they don't use 50%, so you give them total and they, or whatever works. Just however they want you to give it to
So
them.
all of them are different, more or less.
That's kind of what, with Greg's preliminary estimate, that's kind of how we gauge it from our city engineer. Because they do ask for that specifically.
They want a budget.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anything else? Any old business?
I do have, I don't know if it's old business or not, but I do know that you had sent out some information about using an email to get all the emails of our residents and basically send out that type of news to them as other cities have done. I believe you had brought that up, am I correct?
What I had asked about in the past was the ability to have our newsletters go to the residents or anybody wanted them via email. And what it looks like, they can do that on our website. They can sign up to have it sent to their email. Am I correct about that, April?
No one has ever signed up. I get the back.
Okay, okay. But there is an
Yeah,
icon
I've
there.
never had anyone sign up.
Okay.
So we kind of need to get that out there, because I look at some of the emails going for other cities. They actually have, every day I'm hit with information that what they're doing. Covington's really good on that, Erlanger. And to just continually send information on, almost on a daily,
Have you looked up how much those budget line items cost them?
weekly basis of that sort, I think it would be very informative to the people, and hopefully that we could get more people to use the email address to look at our newsletters, but to maybe give a little bit more than just the newsletter, 4 times a year. For communication, transparency, oversight.
That's kind of what I think I mentioned was, does the mayor chair that committee or does Janine?
The mayor.
This Mayor Doherty.
I mean, that was my suggestion, was that committee kind of explore the things like Mark said, okay, do we have money for it? If we don't, what would it cost? What would be what's truly needed and what would be some good solutions? But let that committee kind of develop a proposal. And you got the mayor, so you're kind of
I'm not sure what kind of finances that would take to get those daily information, newsletters, or what's going on in the city out on an email. And I think if we could basically get the residents to know this is available and just do an all-out blitz to say, give us your email address. And if you want to sound it up, maybe we need to make out a presentation and just keep asking and get the news out. Because like April said, nobody's paying much attention that they can even do that. That's what I'm hearing, if that's correct.
At the bottom of those emails you get, it normally says like the service provider that they use to send those emails, so that can be a good place to start too. Like delivered by so and so or whatever, because like there is like an automated system behind that in some fashion. That's how that stuff works.
Some sort of IT service provider.
April's not gonna be sending out emails every 8 weeks.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
With
that's-
Covington and Erlanger and some of your bigger cities.
Fort Wright.
They have a person that specializes, like Mark said, with your budget, specifically they are salary and they get paid to do that on a daily basis. So that's why sometimes you're getting a lot from Covington, potentially a lot from Erlanger, which is a great thing. But I think the best thing we can do is do a message on Facebook and just remind everybody that the availability is on our website if they want to sign up. That's,
What about, like our digital signs out here, like put something on there, like visit Crescent Springs,
Yeah,
stop,
that's a
whatever.
good idea.
Find out latest information, what's going on with the city, type, something like that.
that's not a bad idea either. Yeah.
I mean, if not the committee, then I mean, I think we're all open to ideas.
I know Meritardi has been making an active role in trying to get information out on Facebook, and I would assume everybody has seen that a little bit more and more, and he wants to continue to do that as well. But I think he also, we had a meeting with our transparency and communications, and that was some of the things discussed, but we also have to come back and have another meeting. I think we wanted to talk about the city website as well.
And because I think it's not very user-friendly, that needs to be revamped too and made out to be something that people would want to read, not have to figure out how you're going to get through everything. I don't think, I go to the other websites of cities and they're very user-friendly. And in fact, a lot of times, don't even have to ask the information, they just send it out.
April, do you have anything
That's a lot of
you'd
work.
like to share on the website?
Website is
The
just a
positives
little-
of what we have, with what we have?
The website is just a little over 3 years old, and most of the cities in Northern Kentucky are going to the website provider we have due to the accessibility and the way you view it on your phone, the scalability.
I don't use the phone.
I'm just saying in
Yeah.
general, for,
Some
it's a
other people do.
requirement for the KRS now, that the
When you use your
municipalities.
phone.
No, that the municipalities are required to have accessibility options on our websites, which allows scalability to your cell phone, so you can see it. And not scroll everywhere to try to move around to see it, as well as ADA compliance.
That's the big one.
Those are the things we're required to have, and there's a lot of cities scrambling right now to make sure that they can get their websites changed to what we have.
Can you send us some information on that? I was not aware of that. Of the KRS?
Yeah,
When did that come out? Is that just recent?
No, I don't think it's recent.
it's pretty recent, but it's not, in the past year, it was maybe 2 years ago.
See, I look at other city websites and I see them as too busy. And I'm not going to comment on what those cities are. And I look at our city website and I think it's just right as far as, what we need. However, there's always areas that we can improve, there's no doubt, on our city website.
I think it could be more user-friendly.
Our website doesn't permit you to have to drill down any further more than 2 clicks. So you click on something, you get in that page, you can't go any further. It's all top layer, so it's easy to find. It will not allow you to click a button and then click another one and then click another one wanted to keep drilling down, it doesn't allow you to do that.
I'd still
Well,
like to
it's
see
worth,
if they.
it's not worth much. When I need to review ordinances, I'm able to find them online. Yeah, it's a city site. I'm not familiar necessarily with other cities. When I do, I usually look to see who the city attorney is, so I can call and raise a beef. But, so I can't comment on Gene's comment, but I think we can get to our code of ordinances pretty easily. That is not always the case on these cities sites.
No. Sometimes very. I did want to ask April, did we, I think you sent something out, did we hire a new part-time clerk?
We have a new assistant city clerk, part-time.
I think she started
Yeah.
today.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome aboard,
Kristen.
Chris. Any other old business? Any new business? Going once, one. Our videographer have any citizen comments? All right, what's the term away at the door for citizen comment? All right, if not, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor? Opposed?
With respect to the employee, license satellite, I give you a